disappointed in that. But I was going to say the good news for me, at least, and anybody else that might, I heard and I saw this thing come across my phone. I almost jumped. Jon Stewart is coming back to The Daily Show,
Yeah.
which is possibly the greatest thing
Yeah.
that could
Yeah.
possibly happen for this
Right
election this year.
Right on time.
Right on time. Now, he'll only be there on Monday nights. He's not doing it every night, but I don't care. He's the executive producer of the show, and he's going to be every Monday night, I guess, similar to what Rachel Maddow does every Monday night on MSNBC.
What happens when you get to be the boss?
That's exactly right. But Jon Stewart's voice alone, to me, in the political circle, is just as important as any other voice out there. Biden's, Gavin Newsom's, Kamala Harris, everybody. And maybe people would disagree with me. I truly believe his voice is that important.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, maybe we could have a Gavin Newsom, Jon Stewart.
Come on now.
President, vice president.
I mean, it's funny because they were showing The Daily Show listed something that said, Jon Stewart's coming back to The Daily Show, and it listed like 4 facts about Jon Stewart, but they were all funny facts, except for the last one, which I didn't laugh at. It said the final one was, and Jon Stewart's never going to become president. Stop saying that. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to hear that.
Maybe he can work for the Department of Veterans Affairs or something.
Right. Yeah. So, but that to me that put a big smile on my face. He will be starting February 12th. Nice. The day after the Super Bowl, actually. So I'm very excited about that. So, Lana, do you have anything to add to finish with?
I think we touched on everything.
I think we did too. So we'll have a lot more to touch on again next Tuesday on Black and White with Brian Rundle and Lana Quest. That will be Tuesday night at 8:00 live here on YouTube. If you can't catch us on YouTube, please subscribe, do all that dumb shit, and then or that smart shit, and then watch the videos later, watch the clips later. Do whatever you can. We would really appreciate it.
I did some clips last week too of my show.
I saw that. Yes. Lana's clipping up her show now too.
Yeah, because normally I do this, the video grab on my phone and just do it real quick while I'm at work.
Yeah.
But I sat down and did it inside of the platform.
I was watching your show live last week, by the way. I was just on the down low. I didn't make any comments last week.
Oh, so. Thanks.
I was watching though. So
like background noise, God, that girl sure can talk.
And I hope to be watching again this week. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm going to stay right in front of this laptop until Thursday night.
You don't owe me a view, Brian. It's okay.
Oh, I don't do it because I feel I owe you anything. I do. I was watching your show before we started this show, so don't start with that shit. I watch it anyway. How dare you?
Oh, we have someone's in the thing. I don't know.
Oh, that's my brother. My brother.
He's like,
yeah, he wanted me to bring up.
Joy. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. What
did you see that?
I saw that she was on a hot mic.
Yeah, and
how did she explain it?
Well, I don't know, but I know she came out with an apology later. But I will say again, that's a little disappointing to me as well, because we've talked about this before. And I would think that Joy Reid would probably fancy herself as more of a progressive.
Right.
I watch a couple of programs on YouTube that are progressive shows like Sam Cedar, and it is just like every day. It's like some kind of Biden bashing. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Now, I know Joy Reid didn't necessarily do that on purpose. I mean, obviously she didn't do it on purpose.
Right.
But
why would
now
she say
her
it?
thoughts are out there. And now this thing. And again, I love the idea of becoming a more progressive country. But boy, oh boy, the progressives are kind of getting on my nerves.
Yeah, they're stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you say that? Why would she say that? Weren't they all upset because he pulled troops out of Afghanistan?
And what is she talking about? Another war? What war did Joe Biden start?
That's what I'm so confused about. Like, people are calling her a warmonger. I'm like, how? How? He bends over backwards to not. start war. It's like they wanted him to say he was going to war today about the drone. It's like it was like, no, that's not how we do things. Like what?
Yeah.
Slow
Well,
down.
I am sick. I am done with the Biden bashing. Done. I'm fucking done with it. Because first of all, what are we bashing him for? That he's old? Is that it? Is
Yeah,
that what it's
he's
bashing?
definitely old, and he looks like a skeleton. We can bash him there. He does really look old, but
Yeah, but can somebody
other than
give me
that,
something other than
problem.
that these TikTok, like you said, we've used this term, the TikTok politicians now all of a sudden, who are so interested in Israel and Palestine. There's genocide all over the world. And I've never heard the TikTok people and the
Right.
progressives
Yeah.
blaming a president as much as they are
Yeah.
only because this one just happened to make the news. But
Right.
there's other stuff that doesn't make the news that they never mentioned one word about. And now all of a sudden, I'm listening to this 18-year-old kid. He said he was 18, call into the Sam Cedar show. He's like, I'm 18 and, it's my first year voting and I don't know if I could vote for Biden. It's like I'm between a rock and a hard place. And I'm like, you fucking moron. I appreciate that you want to get involved in voting, and I appreciate that you're calling to get some guidance. And he's even asking, what's the rock? What's the hard place? He's like, well, the way Biden's handling Palestine. I'm like, dude, come on, man.
This is what drives me fucking crazy. I get what's happening over there, but there's some shit happening over here too.
Right.
Like, put your focus back over here
Yeah.
because women are being forced to carry fucking dead babies.
Correct.
The last summer, a 10-year-old was arrested for peeing outside and
Yep.
prosecuted.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't think that we have problems here in America where a 10-year-old is arrested by 4 police officers and put in the back of a police cruiser, this is how we want fucking America? Like, stop playing right now. Get your ass, no, your head out your ass.
Right. Exactly.
Get together. Like, what the fuck?
Well, you're right. I mean, it's
Jesus.
and that's not to say nobody is saying that what's going on over there isn't awful. But again, there are things that are just as heinous, maybe even more heinous, happening in other places around the world. And you're not. Why not get involved in that one too?
Exactly.
Why not figure out whoever the president is at that particular time? Why are they not addressing what's going on in some
having problems? The fuck?
Yeah.
Been having problems.
Exactly. So it's just like it gets so frustrating to me to hear just people. And again, I've said this before. This is an election that's not the same. Right now is not the time to be beating up on Biden and the Democrats, which again, explain to me why we're beating up on Biden. What exactly is it that he's doing so awful? And I've said too, let's say Biden switches his position and just does everything for Palestine now. So now you're telling me there aren't going to be people pissed at him for doing the other thing? I mean, it's just like
that situation is just there's no win there.
Right.
It's like it's just nothing.
God, and to pretend like there is like something that this guy could just wave a magic wand. I mean, would they
that
help them a little bit more if he just came out every day and just talked like he's on Jerry Springer about fucking Palestine and Israel?
Right. And then again, there's like a decorum that he has to, there's certain things he can't even say out loud. Like the conversations that he's having with Netanyahu, he can't tell us what it is. Just like they're pressing about what our strike is going to be, how are we going to counter? How are we going to get them back for the drone attack? Our military's dead, which is awful. But what are we just going to announce it? Like, we're just going to tell you like exactly what we're going to do? You think it's going to
be no sense. And again, I am so tired of these over the top opinions. And yeah, I know I've got some over the top opinions myself, but my opinions aren't driving, and first of all, my over the top opinions are all fucking right. So let's just start there.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, but I am, tired of this Biden bashing, and we're not understanding that we are right now in the year of, we said this before, but this truly is the most important election that we will probably ever have. By
Yeah.
far, it's not even close. This one is
Yeah.
the last one was, and now this one is.
Well, right, because we have added things on this one, right? Women are having their rights taken away. Like we've
Yeah.
seen some awful, awful things. We've
And
seen,
there's more things gonna be taken
yeah,
away. Your Social Security, they keep if you don't think they're gonna take away Social Security and
yeah,
Medicare and Medicaid, they're not replacing the Affordable Care Act,
right,
AKA Obamacare, with
right,
anything that
right.
would satisfy you. Nothing, absolutely nothing. They will get in office. You're gonna have a wannabe authoritarian dictator in the office. You're gonna have a guy who's gonna do everything he can to make billionaires, trillionaires, and that's it. That's his
He's
that's
gonna
it.
fire the federal workers, like they've
Yeah,
already said that.
yep.
And he's gonna put things in place where he doesn't have to go through Congress to get things approved. Like,
He's talking about leaving NATO for
yeah,
fuck's sake. I mean, I
yeah,
don't
like
think people really understand what that
they
means.
don't, because you know what? They're like, well, with Trump, there'd be no war. Like we wouldn't have a problem with Russia. Like, because he's gonna get in bed with like other dictators. How's that gonna work out for us in the long run? Like what?
It's unbelievable. Now, if you heard if Jesse Waters or one of these morons, Tucker Carlson, got in and said we should leave NATO and then we can team up with China and Russia and be the most powerful, people be like, yeah, that's awesome. We
Yeah,
should do
but that's
that.
what
And they
they
don't.
want. That's what Trump wants.
Yeah, believe me, first of all, China and Russia do not want anything with teaming up with the United States. They fucking hate the United States.
Hilarious. It's true.
God, people are so dumb.
Oh, it's bad. It's
Yeah.